Chicago White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Last night, White Sox home runs and fireworks filled the Southside sky as A.J., Paulie, Rios, Piazza, and Viciedo solidified a series win versus the Twins. Tonight, they begin a three-game set with Cleveland, looking to close the gap in the central standings with the first-place Indians. And Game 1 begins next. We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball as Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Asdrubal Cabrera, Carlos Santana, and Manny Acta's first-place Cleveland Indians. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the first of this big three-game weekend series. As you know, the Sox took the rubber match of that game, that series, I should say, last night with Minnesota. They won it 11-8 with 5 home runs in that ball game. So the Sox come in at 23-22. Indians are 26-18, and tonight, Jose Quintana.
Quintana goes to the mound, and he saw the Indians in Cleveland. In fact, he saw them buzz right through the lineup, threw as well as a rookie could possibly throw in his Major League debut, and he gets to see the same team again in this, his first Major League start. So lefties do better against Cleveland than righties, and hopefully Quintana, in an emergency start, will do a good job tonight because this Indian team is hot. They're playing good, solid baseball. They won 8 of their last 10. This is a team that's going to be there all year long, it appears. Genmar Gomez goes to the mound for the Indians. He's 2-3. Now, when we saw him in Cleveland, we scored 6 earned runs off him in 1 inning. Since then, he's given up 1 earned run in 16 innings. He's a good youngster with a big sinker and a good slider. He's a terrific pitcher. We just happened to get to him. Let's get to him again tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. 75 years being right here in Illinois means no one's closer to your wellness. Experience wellness everywhere. Ford. Drive one. The new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. BMO Harris Bank, helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank, NA member FDIC. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And by Toyota, with great specials on fuel-efficient vehicles. Right now, you can get a lot for less at your local Toyota dealer.
few clouds in the sky. The wind not near as much of a factor as it was last night. And let's see how Manny Acta is going to line up his first place Cleveland Indians. Chu leading off, then it's a local product. Jason Kipnis with Cabrera, Santana, Lopez, Duncan, Damon, Kochman, and Cunningham in center field and hitting ninth. The defense, and now they'll line up behind Quintana. Viciedo, Diaz, and Rios in the outfield with Hudson, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Przinsky with the nod behind the plate. And our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Jose Quintana. That's the AA numbers. The ERA pretty good. The record not good. He was actually promoted to AAA where he never got a chance to throw. We saw him in Cleveland, and he was brilliant in relief. And so we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox Baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the first of this big 3-game weekend series. Shin-Soo Choo will lead it off, the right fielder. Comes in hitting at .268, 3 homers and 16 knocked in. And Jose Quintana's first pitch of the ball game is taken down low. Indians come in with that mark of 26 and 18, 8 games over. Count evens at 1. Cleveland hitting at .247 as a team with a 3.90 ERA. Indians 12 and 6 on the road and 14 and 12 at home. One and two. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
Chu has been awfully hot, but obviously left-handers give him more trouble than right-handers.
Good try. Well, Quintana just 1 in 3, but had a fine 2.77 ERA down at Birmingham. 23-year-old southpaw, 6 feet tall, 215 pounds, out of Colombia. Barranquilla, Colombia. That's trouble. One hops the fence, so Chu's going to start it off with a 2-bagger.
Well, since Manny Acta decided that Chu was better served as the leadoff hitter because of his on-base percentage and because of his ability to hit the ball awfully hard when he's hot, things have changed around for him. Now hitting over .270. His on-base percentage knocking at the door of .390. And that's one of the reasons why this lineup has started to go.
That'll bring up Kipnis. He's got a job to do. Jason hitting at .260. 6 homers and 24 knocked in. Hudson at the cut of the grass. And there is ball 1. This is the 10th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 9, Sox have won 5 of them. And there's a base hit. So Chu's going to be waved around. Now he's going to be held. There's that strong arm Viciedo. That'll put the brakes on a lot of people.
It looked like for a moment there that Chu was going to try to score.
He was being waved around.
In fact, if he took a look at his third base coach, and he didn't until the last moment, he was giving him the go-ahead. You see, he's looking out to left field. He didn't pick up the third base coach at all until right when he got the stop sign. Lucky he did get the stop sign.
So here's Cabrera. Trouble of brewing right here in the top of the first. Runners at the corners and nobody out. Asdrubal hitting at .300, 5 homers and 19 driven in. What a difference in our outfield play this year as opposed to last year, the year before that.
Well, not a whole lot of guys are running on the outfield, and when they are called on to hit the cutoff man, they usually do.
Well, we have not overthrown one cutoff guy in 45 games, and I would bet you we're the only team in baseball that can say that.
That ball got away from Jose. Unfortunately, the base runners didn't see it as he went and got it. Cabrera's grounded into 6 double plays this year, evenly divided, 3 from each side. And we'll gladly trade the run for the double play if we can get out of it here.
Gap in left center. And there's a little semi-soft line drive, so that's out number 1.
Fortunately, there wasn't a whole lot on this, as Quintana goes inside as Drupal Cabrera with the inside out swing. And you see Kipnis recognizing right away that he has to get back.
That'll bring up the other switch hitter in this lineup. Cabrera is the first one, and here's Santana hitting at .252, 5 homers and 23 knocked in. Got to keep an eye on Kipnis. He's 6 for 7 in stolen bases. Tribe has 32 stolen bases and 44 attempts.
Maniac realizes that it's not a real powerful ball club, especially now with Hafner fouling a ball off his shin. He's out tonight. So with just 36 home runs, he's had to run his way into a lot of offense, and he's done it.
Well, we keep saying you're only as good and you're only going to go as far as your bullpen. For over 100 years, the old saying was you're only going to go as far as your starters. That is no longer the case in baseball. You're only going to be as good or go as far as your bullpen. And the Indians in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning are just about as good as anybody.
The back end of their bullpen is awfully tough, especially their 3 right-handers. Smith, the sidearm right-hander, gives you a different look. Then they go to Vinny Pastano, who seemingly nobody hits. And then they close it off with Perez, Chris Perez. He's been unbelievable. 16 saves already. Pretty tough.
There he goes. He is now 7 for 8.
Kipnis was going on first move. Quintana, as you would expect, worried about Santana and just didn't pay that much attention. Cost him a base and a double play possibility.
Hudson cuts in front. So 2 scores and it's 1-0 Cleveland.
RBI number 24 for Carlos Santana.
Here's a hot hitter, Jose Lopez. He's on a 10-game hitting streak. Got his average up to 286. A couple of homers. He's driven in 10. And he has always hit well against us and hurt us with some long balls. That's high. Alexei waving everybody off. He's there, makes a catch. So a good job. Had men on first and third, nobody out. They only get the one after half inning of play. It's a Tribe point, and our guys coming to bat.
tonight. Diaza hit his first grand slam last night. Then it's Gordon Beckham, Adam Dunn, Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, A.J. Kurzinski, Diane Viciedo, Alexi Ramirez, and Orlando Hudson playing third and hitting ninth. The defense and on the lineup behind Gomez, Damon, Cunningham, and Chu left to right. Lopez, Cabrera, Kipnis, and Kochman. Santana behind the plate. And our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Genmar Gomez. He's 3-2 this year. This is 8th start, his 9th game overall. The ERA pretty good at 3.19. Now, we hit him very hard in Cleveland, but he's given up 1 earned run in his last 16 innings of work.
And former Sox southpaw Scott Radinsky, the pitching coach, doing a good job. And before we show you our picks to click you at home, select yours. There's first pitch strike. To Diaza.
Interesting call by Brian Runge.
He's going to get him that one. We're in trouble.
I think Gomez figured if I got the first one out there, I'll try again.
1-1 to count. Alejandro hitting at 283, 4 homers and 17 knocked in. Two and 1. Sox come in hitting at 249, 2 points higher than Cleveland, with a 3.88 team ERA, which is 0.02 of a point better than the Tribe. Checks it up. He did not go, and it counts 3-1.
Alejandro has been killing the Indians pitching, and with a 3-1 pitch, he'll have an opportunity here again.
Big hack, and the count goes full. Well, Genmar Gomez, he's a good one, 24 years old, 6'3", 200 pounds, out of Caracas. And that's out of play. He's got a little bit of an unusual motion in the fact that he has some extension back, but the hitter can't see that, and through the batter's eye, so to speak, he's got a little short arm in it. Way he comes out of that shoulder and not out of that jersey. And that's ball 4.
Now here's the matchup, and you would say, well, the Indians are ahead by 3.5 games, but the batting average, Sox are better. Runs per game, they're even. Home runs, Sox way better. ERA a little bit better. Why are the Indians in first place? It's very simple. The Indians are 13-7 in the Central. The Sox are 12-11. So winning in the division has always been the key to winning, and that's what the Indians have done to this point.
And the reason they've done it because of that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. This press, 16 saves. As Gordon takes first pitch strike. Our bullpen has been good, but their bullpen has been spectacular in that 7th, 8th, and 9th. So Maniacta can manage a little bit of a different game. There's that ball high into right field. That man is a good outfielder.
Good outfielder, great arm. You're going to run every chance you get on Damon in left field. You're not going to run on Chu. And as far as Santana is concerned behind the plate, Sandy Alomar has worked a lot with Santana in quickening up his footwork, getting his release point, and now he's starting to throw out some base runners where in years past he wasn't able to do it.
So here's Adam hitting at 239, 14 homers and 33 driven in. Adam has faced Gomez 7 times, has 1 hit, and that 1 hit left the premises. Big gap out there in left center. Just a decent lead by Alejandro. A cutter. And on the fist.
The umpires for the game tonight. Brian Runge behind the plate. Ted Barrett is at first. Marvin Hudson is at second. And the crew chief, Tim McClellan, is at third.
might see those initials on the sleeve, left sleeve of the umpires. Marty Springstead and Wendelstedt.
Harry Wendelstedt, son Hunter, Major League umpire.
The 1-2. That's low. Paulie on deck.
And with a runner at first, Kipnis is not playing all that deep at second base. He's right at the cut of the grass at second.
Now Cabrera would be the, as the count goes full. And then you got Lopez, who's the closest man. Pole almost. Now probably 85 to 90% of that left side is open. Vacated. Gone. There he goes. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Stretch. He goes back, looks up. You can't put it on the board. Yes. Yes. Biggins took him deep. 2-1 good guys. Mercy.
15th home run, solidifying his hold on second place in the American League, 380th of his career, and he's now driven in 35. Our fourth home run replay. It's a fastball on the outer third, and just like in Cleveland, the big man goes deep against Gomez, and that was not wind aided. That was just biceps and forearms.
Just the third home run that Gomez has thrown this year. So here's Paulie. Takes that pitch low and away. And of course, with that home run by Dunn, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities. For every Sox home run hit throughout the course of the season, it is number 55, so $5,500 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. And that is ball two.
One of the big differences in this ball club this year and last, besides all the defense and the way the outfield is played, is the big man is making a big difference.
He just flips a little slider up there, gets it over. We'll count 2-1.
Adam on pace to have one of his biggest run producing years and one of his biggest home run years if he stays this way.
3-1 with Rios on deck. Paulie comes in at 384, 10 homers and 27 knocked in, leading the league in average with that 384. That ball hit high into center field. Stretch. Cunningham back up against the fence. 2 down. Got me there right now. Let's check out our Farmers Insurance Pick to Click tonight. Manager, our director and the crew, one with Hudson, Steve's going with Diaza, and all the guys in the ticket office: Mike Mazza, Kenny Wiz, Tom Axtad, Pete Catazone, Nick and Joe, and Laura Arenas, Mary Weiss. Good people. We're going to go with Viciedo, as here is first pitch to Rios, taken for a strike.
Just bear in mind as you consider the outcome of that pick to click that it couldn't have been a 2-run home run without the walk to Diaza.
All right, Harold.
That was a big walk to lead off the ball game.
Harold Hill and his snake oil.
Distracting Gomez just enough to allow Adam to hit it out of the park 420 feet away or so. Gomez has a very good fastball, but it seems like at times he falls in love with both the cutter and slider, which takes velocity away from the fastball.
Chops that one down off his body. Well, again, the way his delivery is set up, especially to the right-handed hitter, he's going to be about 5 or 6 inches quicker than he really is, only because it looks like he's a short arm, which he's really not.
Well, when you look at his ERA and realize in the American League it's in the low 3s, that's more than respectable.
Oh, he's a good one. Alex comes in hitting at .274, 3 homers and 20 knocked in.
And a big pitch count here in the first inning. Gomez to deliver pitch number 26. That's a lot of work early.
Two outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just got a piece of it, and Santana hangs on to it. But the 2-run homer, a towering blast over the center field fence. And after one, it is 2-1 Sox.
Miller Lite time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Sox lead at 2-1 here in the top of the second inning. It'll be Duncan, Damon, and Kochman to face rookie Jose Quintana out of Barranquilla, Colombia. Breaking ball low. First pitch in sequence by Quintana is going to be very, very critical to him. Back on the 7th of this month, when he went 5 2/3 against Cleveland, giving up no runs and just 1 hit, he was 0-1, 0-2 on most of the hitters.
Well, you fall behind Shelley Duncan, where he can just look for a fastball, zone it in, especially middle in. You've got some problems because he's a great fastball hitter.
Yeah, he's one of the better fastball hitters in this league. And the count goes to 3-0. So that means he's one of the best fastball hitters. Now the wrinkles give him a little problem.
Well, they have. That's one of the reasons why that batting average is 196. But he's liable to see a few fastballs here.
3-1. As the adage goes, he can turn a 30-30 around. That one at 89. So a full count. And the dreaded leadoff walk. So here's Johnny Damon. Off to a slow start, hitting at 156. Takes first pitch strike. Damon just 10 for 64. One and one to count. Minnesota leading the Tigers 2-0. That game in the bottom of the first at Target Field. Tigers on a 4-game losing streak.
And just freshly coming off that sweep at the hands of the Indians in Cleveland.
Helped him out right there. So the count 1-2. Damon has been some kind of player in his career. He's been a money player, especially in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Just got a piece of that one.
Outfield playing Damon as an off-field hitter. They don't expect him to pull the ball, so you want to be careful on the inner portion.
Chops that one foul. And once again, the 1-2. Flips that one foul. And that's a souvenir. No, it's not. Off the hands. Fan.
Oh, it was going to be a souvenir. But the gentleman in the yellow shirt had it bound away. And they gave him one anyway from the dugout. He's got a shot at it.
I know how he feels. Been there and done that.
Yeah, but they didn't throw it back to you.
No. They kept running.
Don't have to worry too much about Duncan at first base, especially with that lead. Concentrate on Damon, Jose.
And that's chop foul. So the count remains 1-2. Top of the 5th in Pittsburgh, 1-0 Pirates over the Cubs. Top of the 5th in Cincinnati, tied at 3 with Colorado. Giants leading the Marlins 3-1. That's in the bottom of the 5th in Miami. He had a good pitch to hit right there. Couldn't do anything with it.
That time Quintana got that fastball up at 91. Tried to throw the high heat by him. Just not quite high enough.
He did not go. So the count 2-2. Texas still hitting in the bottom of the 1st. They lead Toronto 6-0. He gone. 1 out.
After a big battle by Johnny Damon, he swings at a pitch way out of the zone. AJ digs it out of the dirt, and Damon does the youngster a favor.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Casey Kochman. Kochman hitting at .222, 3 homers and 15 knocked in.
Here's our AT&T UVerse multi-view.
Real short lead by Duncan. And there's ball 1 to Kochman. Tampa Bay leading Boston 7-1. That game in the bottom of the 4th at Fenway. Carmines are 22 and 22. So after we get done with this series, after the game on Sunday afternoon, we lead Tampa Bay to take on the first place Tampa Bay Rays. Check that, second place by a game. Kochman had a good pitch to hit and underneath it.
Kochman has 3 home runs, and he's not really a power hitter, so for him this is a banner year. And in the 7 games he's played against our ball club, he's been very good. He normally is a great defender at first base, but the bat hasn't been great. It has been pretty good against us.
Takes the strike. Well, lifetime he's a .247 hitter against us. This year, as you just saw, a little bit different. Big gap out there in right center. And just did get a piece of that one, so the count hangs at 1-2.
If Tom Wiedenbauer, the coach at first. Steve Smith, the coach at third. There's a look at Steve. And Tom.
Another short lead. Lays off that one to even the count at 2. Cunningham, the on-deck hitter. Take him here. You don't want to go full.
If Shelley Duncan is running,
we got a scoop.
There's going to be a news flash. Unless they usually hit and run, and if they do, if Kochman misses it, they're going to throw him out by 25 feet.
Well, at least he's got a little bigger lead right here. By about almost a step.
Well, then strike him out, throw him out.
There he goes. There's the strike him out. And a throw him out. No, he said he missed him. And Marvin Hudson said he missed him.
Now Robin is coming out to argue with Marvin. That throw beat him by plenty. And of course, the judgment call, you're going to lose this, but you have to back up your player. Alexi thought he had him. Watch it from that angle. Might not have had him.
He got him right there. Meanwhile, Hudson called him safe.
First stolen base of the year for Duncan. And Kochman goes down on strikes.
So here's Cunningham.
That stolen base almost a year and a half ago.
First pitch strike.
Going into that attempt, our Sox catchers have been magnificent. They're still just under 500 in throwing out base stealers, which is way above league average.
Well, that should have been a throw out right there.
Then they would have been one over. They came in cutting down 12 would-be base stealers and giving up 12 stolen bases. Tyler Flowers done a great job, as has AJ, and the pitchers have done a good job and
well, that's where it started.
Holding runners close.
They worked on that very, very hard this spring. And he's going to pitch out of it and over it. That'll retire the side. After an inning and a half, it is 2-1 White Sox. Adam Dunn is 15th.
And he did that to Gomez in Cleveland. He did it again here. That's given us a lead, and Quintana's made it hold up, pitching out of a really tough jam in the first inning, giving up just one run. Starting with runners to the corners, nobody out. Pretty good performance by the youngster in the first.
So here is AJ. Makes a healthy cut. Fouls it back. And a nice catch by one of the fans. That's a nice hug. AJ last night, talking to him after the game about that home run, he said he had no clue that that ball would come back. And he also broke his bat on it. He said, "Did you know I broke my bat?" I said, "No, we didn't."
No, it didn't seem like he broke his bat because he hit the ball awfully hard. Right here, AJ's given up on it, and that ball blows all the way back. He can't believe it's a home run.
Well, the wind was absolutely howling here last night. The windiest evening, or the windiest game we've had here all season long.
And the 8 home runs, testament to that. 8 home runs combined, 5 by us. Fortunately, 3 by those pesky Twins who have given up the lead to Detroit already.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Cunningham goes back to the wall, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes. Number 8 for AJ. And it's a 3-1 Sox lead. Mercy.
AJ's driven in 30 with those 8 home runs, putting him second on the ball club behind Dunn. Our 4th home run replay, and that's that little cutter that Gomez uses. And AJ cuts it out of the ballpark in right center field.
Don't stop now, boys. As here's Tank hitting at .243, 8 homers and 16 knocked in. Tank homered last night. A high towering drive right down the left field line. And if you missed that game last evening,
the only question is, would it stay fair? It did. Big man's got 8 of them.
and there's a base hit back through the middle.
Well, just as we roughed up Gomez in Cleveland, it's starting out the same way here. As this fastball is on the inner portion, Viciedo's bat is so lively that even though this ball is hit relatively close to Cabrera, who's got good range, that ball's by him before he can really adjust.
One of the livest bats in Major League Baseball.
And this is not the fastest infield in the world. This is a very fair infield, and that ball just shot by Cabrera.
Here's Alexei. Chew.
Bless you.
Thank you. I needed it. One out. So here's Hudson. Orlando so far has made an impression.
He's played very well at third base, and I asked him, how can you possibly look so comfortable at a position that you never played before? He said, worked out before the game, got a feel for the infield. And he said, I don't know, so far the plays have not been all that difficult. He's got great hands. That was a for sure.
Well, he hadn't had any rockets hit down there yet.
Not yet. And with a break, he won't see any for a while.
He's 3 for 8 at the plate. And the count 2-0.
And what he has done is hit the ball surprisingly hard. He hit a rocket last night. That one split the gap in the 8th inning. Nothing came of it, but it was a rope to left center field.
3-0. Diaz on deck.
That's an easy sign. Take one.
And take he did. Outfield spread out. Not equidistant. Full count. Good movement on that sinker by Gomez. There he goes. And that 3-2 pitch is fouled back.
Well, Viciedo has yet to attempt a stolen base. That was just sending him to stay out of the double play and trusting that Hudson's going to make some contact.
Just a decent lead. And the Tigers fighting back, still hitting in the top of the second. They were trailing 2-0. It is now 4-2 Detroit.
That Minnesota starting rotation is in a shambles.
Another foul ball. And this one's going to be a souvenir over our dugout. Once again, a payoff. Once again, Tags takes off, and once again, there's a foul ball. Another lively crowd. Had a very lively crowd last evening, of course. With good reason. 5 home runs. That'll put everybody in a pretty good mood.
Well, 2 so far, and we're now through the second. And Gomez is leaving a lot of pitches out over the plate.
Well, he's be number 44 too. In the bottom of the second inning. That's ball 4. Good at bat by Hudson. Don't stop now, boys. And a reminder, Friday, June 1st, come see our Sox take on Seattle at 7:10. All fans are invited to stay for a post-game fireworks show presented by Palmer House Hilton. Palmer House Hilton, good hotel. That's the official Sox Fest hotel of our White Sox. Nice people. Good food. Yes. Here's Diaza. He walked and scored. Takes ball 1.
With runners in scoring position, Alejandro's been very good. Actually, he's been very good in every aspect of the game. And he's 3rd in the league in runs scored.
That's off the end of the bat into short right center field. Cunningham is there. He'll make the play. And that is out number 2. So 2 down to Beckham. Gordon popped up to Chu in right field. Gordon now 1 for 9 lifetime off Jimar Gomez. Just a bit tardy.
Another big run out at second base. And it'd be nice to get Gomez into the 50s in pitches here in the second.
Right on the outside corner, says Runge. Got to cinch it up and hunker down right here. Gordon. 2 on, 2 out, 0-2 the count. Nice block by Santana.
Gomez does not have a wild pitch. That was almost his first.
Another nice block.
That was almost his first. 2 sliders in the dirt, 2 stops by Santana. He catches that one in the glove. Saves 90 feet twice.
Had him 0-2 and let it back in. It is full.
best part of this is if the base hit does come to right field, especially, the runners are going to be going. Home run number 15 last time up for Adam Dunn.
And another souvenir. In and out of the upper tank down to the mezzanine. There's a chopper back up the middle. Nice pick right there by, that thing came up on him in a hurry, but he had his glove down, makes the play, and that'll retire the side. We pick up one on the homer by Pierzynski, and we'll go to the third leading 3-1. For the best local sports news and highlights, and that's Sportsnet Central. Every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Top of the third inning, Chu will lead it off. He doubled and scored in the first. Sox lead it 3-1. Checks it up, takes a strike.
You got to find some way to control him if he's going to be at the top of the order, and that's how it looks for Manny Acta the rest of the way. We have to control him to control the lineup.
Well, a lot of times you don't think of Chu as being a leadoff hitter.
No, he was a prolific run producer, and then he had a number of injuries, and things for him weren't quite as good.
But that's an out-of-a-box move by Acta, which is good. I like to see managers who will get out. Joe Madden's a great example of that, but Manny's got these guys believing they can win, and there go there in first place.
Well, especially with Hafner when he is in the lineup. There's some guys in the middle that are pretty good run producers.
Well, back in 1983, Tony La Russa, this club was struggling. Started off 14-26. The White Sox did. He made a lineup change. He put Carlton Fisk in this 2-hole. And from that point on, this club just took off and won 99 games, won the division by 20. Checks it up, fouls it off, and that was another out-of-the-box move at that time.
Now, probably nobody thought about him being a two-hitter.
Harrell was right there. Saw the whole thing. And a big part of it. Drove in the winning run against Seattle. Julio Cruz to clinch it. There's another line drive in the left, but we got a man there. No, he couldn't come up with it. Got a glove on it. So Chu will lead it off with another double.
That ball was in the glove. Diane a little unhappy with himself because as he rolled over it, it popped out. Chu stays right on it. Catch you'd certainly love to make. And as long as you're right there, well, he didn't make it.
So here's Kipnis. He singled. Goes through that one.
I think Chu showed you that Quintana better take a couple of looks back at him, because he looked like he was going to get a running start and try to steal third as Quintana looked back only one time.
Well, AJ yelled at him. 1-1 to count.
Chu 7 out of 8 in the stolen base department.
And talking about the juice, Julio Cruz scoring the winning run against Seattle. 1983, Harrell at the plate. What a night. What a season. Wow. That was awesome. Start off 14-26, come back and win 99 games. That ball hit deep into center field. The Eyes have made a good turn on it. Meanwhile, Chu's going to tag, and he will get into third.
Nice play by Alejandro. And what he was telling Viciedo is he didn't see it right away. He made the quick adjustment, however, and ran it down because of that speed. But right now, it's dusk. The visibility isn't great. And that ball's crushed. He took a step in and was able to run it down. But no chance to stop Chu from going to third.
So here's Cabrera. Got jammed and hit a little soft line drive to Paulie. Could have caught it with a pair of tweezers. 1-0 the count.
Cabrera's been a much better right-hand hitter than left-hand hitter this year.
Another E fan.
It's a tough night in the stands. The ball has little life to it.
One out, and the 1-1 pitch. That ball is hit hard, base hit. And it's a 3-2 ball game as Chu scores for the second time after his second double.
RBI number 20 for Cabrera. Takes that fastball in and off the plate, and he's able to bring his hands in and still get the good part of the bat on the ball. He's some hitter.
He just made a nice play on Beckham to save a run. That was not an easy hop he handled. So here's Santana. He grounded out to Hudson. Takes low ball 1.
Pitches starting to pile up on Jose. This is a pretty tough Indians lineup.
Well, it's certainly not a murderer's row, but it's a tough lineup in the respect of they have a real good approach.
And they've got some speed, and that usually can give you some problems if the speed guys happen to get on.
That ball is yanked hard, but meanwhile, just a strike, and a count 2-1.
It's a lineup they run out against right-hand pitching that's really difficult to deal with. Outfield straight away. Infield looking for 2. Santana's only grounded into 1 double play this year.
Pops him up right side. Beckham a long way to go. A long way to go, and makes the play. A beautiful play by Gordon Beckham. Wow.
Not only a great effort by Beckham in making the catch, but after making the spectacular catch, the presence of mind to come up and look for the double play. What a play by Gordon. He's the only one who could get close to this ball. Rios has no chance. Paulie with no chance. Gordon with the slide, and then without thinking about it, goes after the double play. Well, he's got a great baseball acumen.
So 2 out. And here's Lopez. He fouled out to Alexei. As I mentioned, Lopez on a 10-game hitting streak. Takes first pitch strike.
Give you an idea, the Indians this year against right-handed starters are 22-10. Against left-handed starters, they're 4-8. That is a huge disparity.
Lopez with 5 homers, 21 RBIs lifetime against us. One of those home runs coming this year. The other 4 when he was with Seattle.
Well, there for a while, he looked like he was going to be a big star with that Seattle ball club.
He sure did. He looked like he was going to be 25 home runs a year in that ballpark. I think in his second year in the league, he drove in like 90.
You never know what's going to happen and which direction your career is going to go. But he looked like he was going to be a star, and a star for a long time. At least with Seattle, it didn't work out that way. They're the career numbers.
His second year, he drove in 79. Fourth year, he drove in 89. 09, he drove in 96.
I mean, those are pretty stout numbers.
Playing at second base.
And playing in that ballpark.
In 09, he had 25 homers, drove in 96. Wow. So many issues and factors that go into a guy's. Oh, there's what you call a Matabatacola right there. And he throws him out. They come up with 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, leading 3-2.
White Sox history to record 10 doubles, 10 triples, and 10 home runs in the same season more than once. Think about that. It's difficult to digest, but while you ponder it, we'll get back to you a little later in the game with the answer.
Three runs, 3 hits, no errors for our guys. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for their guys. And here's what Adam Dunn did back in the first inning with the Aza aboard.
Big man second in the American League in home runs.
Fouls that one back.
And he didn't even get that on the sweet spot. Didn't get all of it.
He just muscled it up.
When he does, the outfielders don't move. You know when he gets it all, when they just kind of look up and see how far it's going to go.
Oh. Arf, arf. 0-2 the count.
Right off the instep. There are the home run leaders. Hamilton of Texas by a wide margin, and then Encarnacion, Granderson, and Jones.
Yes, he did.
Rumors are that Adam Jones is on the verge of signing a 6-year contract, I believe, with the Orioles for $85 million. And they would be wise to lock him up. That ball just dives out of the zone, and Adam cannot check his swing.
So here's Paulie. Paulie almost backed up that homer over the center field fence, taking Cunningham right up against it. A deep drive in the center. Paulie himself on a 10-game hitting streak. Good take, and the count 2-0. That's a strike.
That's a sign of a good hitter. You know, 2-0, you're looking fastball. Paulie's not looking anything other than in the zone he wants. He got the fastball, but it wasn't in the zone he wanted.
Yeah, you can keyhole it on 2-0, 3-1.
I mean, even though he gets the right pitch, you just as soon get it in the spot you're looking at.
That's an issue right there that's not nearly talked about as much as it was in years past. There's a little flipper in the short center field, and that's going to fall for an 11-game hitting streak for Paulie.
Well, the only guy that could get close to it was Kipnis, and with the angle Kipnis was taking, that ball was moving away from him. So as soon as Paulie got this one off the end of the bat, you knew that Cunningham wasn't going to get to it. The only one who could play it was Kipnis, and you see he ran out. That ball actually sliced to his right. Base hit.
Paulie controls his speed of his swing so well now.
It's just amazing. Leading the league in hitting, getting better as he gets older.
1-0 to Alex. Alex struck out his first trip. A lot of guys will take that same pitch and they'll almost swing at the same speed they would if it was a pitch that was a pretty good one.
And that happens, what? Then a ground ball to shortstop?
Or swing and miss. He just slows it up. Makes contact and poof, 11 game.
In the outfield, playing very deep. Has it fall in front of him?
1-2 the count. Big hurt Frank Thomas did that so well. He was some kind of hitter.
Well, you can't possibly hit like that as a young man, I believe.
He did.
As a young hitter, he hit that way?
Oh, yeah. By the time he came into the league, there's rack him up. And that'll do it. Nothing at cost. We'll go to the fourth, leading by 1.
Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
Shelley Duncan will lead off. Here in the top of the fourth inning, 3-2 good guys. Peck's first pitch strike. Duncan drew a walk, leading off the second.
We still think you're dreaming.
Quintana tried to run that slider or cutter in on the hands of Duncan, but got it too far inside.
Hey, at least you're not named Shelley.
Chops that one foul.
Our outfield playing Shelley as a pull hitter with Diaza around toward left center. We pan around, we show you the defense, the big gap in right center. It doesn't often go that way.
High and wide. So the count 2-2.
As you can see, almost entirely a dead pull hitter. This pitch is to right field. Maybe squibbed off the end of the bat as he tried to pull it.
He gone. 1 out. Third strikeout for Quintana.
Keeps this one well up and out of the zone. And Duncan expands his zone, goes down on strikes.
So here's Damon. He struck out his first trip. High pop up. Stay in here. Nope. Trying to come back. Just couldn't get there. 0-1. Fakes the bunt, draws Hudson in, takes the ball, and the count evens at 1.
Looked like if that was in the zone, Johnny was going to bunt. Trying to do whatever he can at 154 to get on.
Pops him up, jammed himself right there. 2 down. So here's Kochman. He also struck out.
Quintana would like to keep it to a minimum of pitches. He's right at the 70 mark and not through the 4th inning. So both Gomez and Quintana using a lot of pitches in the early going. We have him about ready to deliver pitch number 72.
And that's out of play. Nice pitch. Took something off of it, had him out in front. Attaboy, Jose. A nice 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 3-2 White Sox.
Who's the only player in White Sox history to record 10 doubles, 10 triples, 10 home runs in the same season more than once? And the answer, Minnie Minoso. 3 different times in the glory years, the early 50s.
What a player. What a player. Whew. He was a good one. Here's AJ. And here's what he did leading off the 2nd.
This being the difference in the game right now. Home run number 8, his 30th run driven in.
1-1 to count. Big gap out there in left center. That ball hit hard. Stretch. Get on back there. Cunningham now right in front of the fence hauls it in. For out number 1.
Menard's pitch tracks will show you a fastball that's basically right down the heart of the plate. AJ, who's absolutely swinging as well as he's ever swung the bat for a prolonged period of time, hit it about 398 feet.
That ball sliced into right field. Chu. So very quickly, Chu gone. And a reminder, stay connected to your White Sox all season long. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, pin us on Pinterest, and reblog our unique Tumblr content. Visit whitesox.com/connect today. Here's Alexi. He also went out to Chu and right.
Then a close pitch, and it went Alexi's way.
Right to his counterpart. That's a quick 1-2-3 inning, and we are into the 5th. Presented by Miller Lite. So join White Sox players and coaches as they trade in their spikes for bowling shoes and make a striking difference. So call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. First pitch to Aaron Cunningham. Taken for a strike, leading off here in the top of the 5th inning. Each team has 4 hits, no errors. They have 2 runs. We have 3. Shanks that one over their dugout. Just joining us, 2-run homer by Dunn in the first, solo shot by AJ in the second. For them, Chu, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. Back to the middle with the pick and the peg, yes! Beautiful play by Alexei. Mercy.
Normally when a ball goes right over the mound, you expect it's going to be a base hit. And Cunningham has pretty decent speed. But Alexei goes up the middle. He's got a strong enough arm to gun it across, and he got him by a half step. Good call by Ted Barrett. Better play by Alexei. As you can see, nestled in Paulie's glove before he hit the bag.
Wow. So here is Chu. Takes it up. He did not go. And the count 2-0. And grabs a strike there. With a breaking ball on 3-0. So the 1-out walk. Chu 7 for 7 in stolen bases. Here's Kipnis. He's hit the ball hard twice. A single and a deep drive to center. Kipnis out of Northbrook. He's 25 years old.
And he's really showed some surprising power. He's made the adjustment from an outfielder to a second baseman very well. Said he didn't like it at first, but the Indians told him that was the fastest path to the major leagues. So he believed him.
That's fouled left side souvenir.
We saw him when he came up last year, and he was tearing things up to start with.
I think that's 7 for 8. Chu is. Same breaking ball he got Kochman out in front of last inning. One out. A little bigger lead now by Chu. You got to get the hitter, Jose. You got to get the hitter, buddy. This will be pitch number 84. Here with 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Digging himself into a hole right in the middle of their lineup, coming up after Kipnis.
Three-one pitch. Back-to-back walks.
Here comes Don Cooper. Try to let him get his concentration back. He had only 1 walk coming into this inning. And after his defense really helped him out, he's got 2 on and only 1 out.
And as they have a little chit chat, Sox fans, join us tomorrow at 3:10 as our Sox take on these Indians. In the first 20,000 fans will receive a Robin Ventura bobblehead. First 20,000 fans will receive a Robin Ventura bobblehead presented by Pepsi Max. That's tomorrow. So here's Cabrera. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Foul tipped into the mitt of AJ. That one at 90.
It's the old after the pitching coach comes out, look first ball fastball and take a great rip. Fortunately, hardly any contact.
And threw that one by at 89, and the count 0-2.
Zach Stewart loosening up in the pen.
Just coming right after him. Outfield straight up, spread out about equidistant. Sox looking for a pair. And another souvenir. Big spot in the ball game. Tigers were trailing Minnesota 2-0. It is now 6-3 Detroit. And that gets away. So now we got to have a bad base running double play. Big wild pitch right there. Two walks and a wild pitch.
That was a breaking ball inside. AJ went to block it, took a hop over his arm, and you give up 180 feet.
Paulie in close. He was looking for it, got it, made a good pass at it, but underneath it.
He's had some fastballs, but they've been at the top of the zone. That one at 91. Just couldn't square it up, fouled it straight back.
He's had 3 good pitches to hit in the sequence.
Nice stop by AJ. Cabrera, one of the real good contact hitters around. As AJ called for another breaking ball, this one he was able to knock down with the glove and save the tying run. Cabrera's only fanned 16 times and 152 at bats.
And another full count. Bites that one off.
Battling at bat by Asdrubal Cabrera, the 10th pitch on the way.
Pops him up. Stay in here. Stay in here. Paulie is there. Makes the catch. Big out. number 2.
Here's our Home Depot doing more on defense. And it's Gordon Beckham down the line, sliding into foul territory, looking for the double play after a spectacular sliding catch. That retiring Santana in the 3rd inning.
Santana, a dangerous hitter. One hopper right to Hudson, and he pitches out of it. Walks 2 here in the top of the 5th. We're halfway home, leading 3-2. As we get set to go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-4-0 for our guys, 2-4-0 for their guys. It'll be Hudson. Then back to the top of the order with Diaza and Beckham.
Well, time to get a run and put a little more daylight between us and the Tribe. Lopez is as far off the bag at 3rd as I've seen a 3rd baseman play. He's in to take away the bunt. But there's nobody home on that left side.
Count evens at 1. That ball hit into left field. Damon. One out. And come by the stadium this Sunday for Kids Day here at U.S. Cellular Field. Kids tickets are only $1 with each paid adult ticket. Be sure to swing by the Radio Disney booth at Gate 3 from 11:30 to 12:30 for music, dancing, and great giveaways. So visit WhiteSox.com for details. That's this Sunday, Kids Day, here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. There's a bunt.
It hit his bat
twice. A double hit, add 2. And Brian Runge all over it.
Well, Maniac is saying that it hit it in fair territory. He might have a point there.
But you know what? He's going to lose.
Yep. Judgment call. I think Manny is saying, can he ask anybody? And I think Brian Runge is saying no. You could hear, if you could read his lips, he's saying he was in the box. Yep, Manny lost that one.
So 0-1 to count. And 1-1 to count. Big gap out there in left center field. Yes, of course. Alejandro, a big home run yesterday.
First grand slam of his career.
And if you missed, 6th inning, sacks packed. Ryan Benson.
And earlier he had one reversed on the replay. That time he hit it well fair.
And there's a shot base hit by Kochman. So good speed aboard. Alejandro 8 for 12 in that category. Now Manny Acta really upset.
He'll be a lot more upset if that run scores. Of course, we'll be pretty happy.
Here's Gordon. Gordon 0 for 2, and last time up hit a ball with a lot of topspin hard to the shortstop. Took a little funny hop on him, and he made the play. Cabrera, watch this hop. Right there. Only way you can do that is if you got your glove down. He was carrying it a little high, no chance.
Well, he also thought he might have had the force out at second. Didn't work out that way, and he's only made 3 errors all year. This is his 39th game.
Now, 2 of them have been against us.
He's really a dependable shortstop with a strong arm and very good range.
He's just an outstanding player.
And for years he was blocked at shortstop by Peralta. He was playing second base, out of position for him. Peralta, as you know, now with Detroit, and Cabrera in his rightful spot is short.
Gomez with a pretty good move over there. And talking about the Tigers, they're leading 7-3 now over Minnesota. The game going to the 6th inning. Comes Acta. So a meeting of the minds at the mound, and as they do that, White Sox and Cubs rivalry continues this season for the BP Crosstown Cup. Great season still available for the White Sox versus Cubs here at USA Field June 18th, 19th, and 20th. So purchase tickets by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME.
And nobody was warming up in the bullpen, so Manny Acta in just a conversation for Gomez. Maybe telling him it's okay to worry about that man at first. You got to get the hitter.
I have not been watching Santana. He's calling for that on his own. That's one thing. But if somebody's calling from there, he's looking over there. Somebody's calling from the dugout. Manny was talking to the wrong guy.
Yeah, they're calling a lot of throwovers.
Pitch out, nothing on. 2-1. Yeah, I was talking with former catcher John Wathan, now a scout for Kansas City prior to the game. We were talking about this same thing on how catchers today, when they come up to the big leagues, most of them have no clue on how to call a game because they've never called one from high school on up through college and through professional baseball. The managers are called. That's high into center field. Cunningham. So 2 down.
And one of the reasons why Diaza was not going, nor even made an attempt at going, was Robin wanted to get the big man up, hoping that Gordon would not into a double play and give Dunn an opportunity after his towering home run in the first.
And here it was if you missed it. All right, we will show you after the pitch if you just tuning in. Number 15 for Biggin. One to count. He is now 2 for 9 lifetime off Gomez, and both hits have left the ballpark. Paulie on deck. Come on, Adam. Get yourself a knock. Whole left side of that infield, virtually the whole left side, is wide open. There he goes. And it's academic. As Adam strikes out. So that'll retire the side. We're into the 6th, leading 3-2. Begins at 12:30 was White Sox pregame live. White Sox Indians Sunday afternoon at 12:30 right here on Comcast Sports Net, fans' best friend.
Earlier in the game, Shelley Duncan was called safe at second. The ball beat him, but Marvin Hudson said the tag wasn't on. Look at the hand. The hand's on the bag. The tag is not there. And that time, Diaza was rung up.
But he won't get caught stealing because Adam struck out. That's high into left field. Lopez now is 0 for 3. That'll bring up Shelley Duncan, who has walked and struck out.
Pretty solid job coming up from the minor leagues for Quintana. Now Santiago is loosening in the pen just in case. Pitch count knocking at the door of the century mark. So the youngster primarily doing all of his work at Double-A this year, except for one relief appearance here. Doing a pretty good job in a very tight game.
High pop up, Paulie. Two down.
.101, and as you can see, coasting first, some little problems in the second. In the third, a few problems, but a minimum in the fourth, and it's kept them in the game to this point.
Johnny Damon takes first pitch strike. Johnny 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-up. And that's out of play. Won't send out a big White Sox shout out from my buddies Tim and Susan Boudreaux down in Jacksonville, Florida, watching in tonight. As here's the 0-2 pitch.
You should retire.
That's up high. Tim and Susan, also a good friend of Johnny Damon, the man at the plate. Big gap out there in right center. Checked it up, full count. Job well done for Jose Quintana. Wow. We go to the bottom of the sixth, still leading 3-2. Watch highlights and get analysis from Chuck and Bill. Plus go live to Robin Ventura's postgame remarks. Don't miss Galaxy White Sox postgame live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Bottom of the 6th, and what a nice performance by that young man right there for the second time.
He did a terrific job. This is his first major league start. 6 innings, just 4 hits against the first place team. He had the one wild spell where he walked back-to-back hitters with 4 strikeouts, but only the 2 earned runs, and one way or the other, he's going to leave with the lead.
So here's Polly. He's 1 for 2. A deep drive to center, taking Cunningham right up against the wall. Down a single. First ball, Hunting pops it up. Cabrera. Well, we were talking earlier a couple of innings ago about many avenues, many roads, many issues, many elements, and somebody's career being determined, whether it be positive or negative. And we were talking about Jose Lopez. Looked like he was going to be, you know, just an absolute all-star each and every year. And now all of a sudden this young man, Quintana, comes up here, 5 1/3 innings in his first relief stint against these Indians, as there's a shank going foul. And then 6 innings tonight, and he's going back to Birmingham. But the funny thing about it is that when the season is over, he will be in the mix going into spring training.
Well, also, I mean, the break was he would have never had that opportunity for the relief appearance if not for the split doubleheader. So a rainout of all things.
Right. Those were the elements and the issues that come into it.
Got him the opportunity to show that he could pitch here. And then the injury to Danks brought him back. Amazing.
Yeah. It's injuries usually are the first element that go into what's going to determine a young player's career.
Some of the highlights of Jose Quintana. He had the 4 strikeouts. He also made some very big pitches to good hitters when he had to. I mean, getting Cabrera out with runners at 2nd and 3rd, getting him to pop up to Paulie might have been the biggest pitch of the game, because Cabrera is one of their most dangerous run producers and one of their better hitters.
A little high and tight. A little high, rather, not that tight. Ball's almost over the plate. AJ is homered and also going deep to center. And the count 2-0. There's that little get me over slider that he'll throw. Went behind in the count. That actually he just turned it over. More like a change. And the count 3-1. Huge gap out there in left center.
I haven't seen a defense for AJ like this by any team.
And there is ball 4, and Gomez just looking at AJ, long stare after he flipped his bat.
Well, I think with 2 at-bats and 2 rockets, he threw one up, and then AJ, seeing him pretty well tonight, was just looking for anything that he could hit. He didn't get anything to hit.
Hey, people got to understand. Our Sox fans understand it now, because they've seen AJ since 2005. He's been this way since he was in high school.
I mean, well, he just wants to agitate the opposition. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's the way he grew up. That's the way I grew up. That was the whole idea, was to pee off the pitcher.
Yeah. And the other team, if you can, get them concentrating on anything but beating you, or get them trying so hard to beat you that they lose sight of how to do it.
That's why AJ is like a throwback. 1-1 to count to Tank. Tank has singled and he has gone out to right. Now, John Wathan, former manager of Kansas City, former catcher, good one, and broadcaster with him. Now scouting for him says, we're talking before the game. He says, what makes AJ booed in all these stadiums that he goes to? I said, he's been getting booed since he was in high school.
He aggravates the opposition. It's pretty easy. The fans and the other team.
They were drilling him in high school, knocking him down. All he does is win. That's all he does. He was a large part of this ring that all of us are wearing. The 2005 World Champion Chicago White Sox. A huge part. The 2-2. It's full.
Lexi on the on-deck circle. If Viciato can keep it alive, the outfield dead straight away. They really don't have much of a book on the tank yet as far as where he consistently hits the ball, because he hits it all over.
Oh, he got to get me over breaking ball right there and just underneath it.
3-2 Menards pitch tracks. He hung it right over the middle of the plate at 84 miles an hour and got away with it.
And once again the 3-2. Ball hit hard but foul. Come on, Tank, stay with him, buddy.
Well, Gomez is well over 100 pitches.
And that is ball 4. So back-to-back walks coming with 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
And Gomez just did something that's really hard to do. And that is walk the Tank. 142 at bats. And that's just the 4th time he's taken the intentional pass.
Scott Radinsky.
And the bullpen up and going. Asensio, who we've seen a couple of times, actually we've seen him exhibiting very good stuff. Despite the fact his ERA is 4.43, he's looked pretty good against us. We got to him once. He's got a good overhand curveball, and he throws pretty hard. Let's tack another on him before Gomez gets out of there.
Alexei has gone out to right, grounded to short. Come on, Alexei. There's a lot of room out there to get a base hit, buddy. Square him up. Good movement by Santana.
Well, despite reconstructive knee surgery, this guy has come all the way back, and he shows excellent movement behind the plate. He's a little like Kurt Suzuki in that respect.
One and one to count.
Santana out of the Dodgers organization. And he's going to be a real good one. He's a good one now.
And there's a base hit. AJ been waved around. Johnny Damon with the throw. Safe. Sox lead at 4-2. Yes.
RBI number 18. And the big break they give you when they keep Johnny Damon in the game late is they give you the extra base. Joe McEwing on anything was going to run on Damon. And Johnny throwing it to the best of his ability, but Couldn't get it done. So that's going to be it for Gomez as Maniac comes out. We'll step out and be back after these messages. There's a look at the big right-hander. On for the 17th time, 1-1. 19 strikeouts, 22 in the third innings. He gets on left-handers better than right-handers. And the first man he's going to face is Orlando Hudson with a 2-run deficit.
No stop now, boys, as Hudson has walked and gone out to left. Four 6-0 for our guys, 2-4-0 for their guys here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the count 2-0. I think he plans to be with us tomorrow afternoon, a 3:10 start. Jake Peavy against Derek Lowe. Good pitching duel right there.
Lowe at 6-2. And Jake at 5-1. That's the remainder of the series. Gavin Floyd will look to turn it around against Ubaldo Jimenez, who has turned it around. Remember the start tomorrow, 3 o'clock.
And there's ball 4. That will load him up. So that'll bring up Diaz, who's 1 for 2. A walk, a run scored. That was in the first inning. He went out to center in the second, and he singled sharply into right last inning. Right here. Right here, Alonzo. Did you do it 2 days in a row?
That would be something. Spending a career looking for your first Grand Slam and letting everybody trot home.
Don't help him out.
Asensio really getting under the fastball. And Santana going out there. You look at Genmar Gomez, who's thrown well against the league, not so well against us.
This Asensio's got about as much movement as anybody in this league. Like Mike McDougal.
Well, the only problem with him is control at times. When he gets it over, they don't hit him very much.
And the count's 3-0. There's one. Don't help him out. Zone him in, reel him in, and light him up. Or take ball 4. So Sachs back with Sox, 2 out, and a full count. Beckham on deck. Full base hit. There's a shot. That's a base hit. They'll score 1. Here's a throw. Cut off. They'll score 2. And it's a 6-2 Sox lead.
Alejandro took a couple of pitches up until he got one down to his liking. Menard's pitch tracks will show you this ball is close to on the ground. Takes it into right field and drives in runs 18 and 19 and makes it a 6-2 lead.
Don't stop now, boys, as here is Gordon. Gordon's due. He's 0 for 3. First pitch strike.
All this coming with 2 outs, nobody on. Gomez in control, and he walks AJ.
And in Viciedo. 2 guys that are tough to walk. That ball hit hard right to Lopez. But a quick number goes up on that board. We'll go to the 7th, leading by 4. Second, first 20,000 fans will receive a Carlton Fisk replica statue provided by Mission Foods, the official tortilla and tortilla chip of the White Sox. So purchase your tickets by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. That's Carlton Fisk replica statue, Saturday, June 2nd.
Hector Santiago comes into the game at 1-1, the ERA 4.20. He was a closer, 4 for 6 in that department. Don Cooper's been working with him on pitch selection. What to use, when to use it, how to handle his stuff. He's got a great arm.
First ball hunting into center field, left center. They got a man there. One pitch, one out. Kochman now 0 for 3.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it came courtesy of Alexi Ramirez. Cunningham takes it right back up the middle. Alexi with a 360 spin and a gun to first base to get him by a half step. Just outstanding defense. And it takes a cannon for an arm to get it done.
We have seen a couple of outstanding plays. That one and the one by Gordon Beckham earlier.
A good effort tonight. Good effort with the gloves. Good effort with the bats. And a special pitching effort by the rookie Quintana.
1-1 the count. And Twins trying to come back. They now trail 7-5. That game in the 7th inning against Detroit at Target Field. That is popped up. The change or the Scroogey. 2 down. So here's Chu.
Got to get him out once tonight.
That's a good start. 0-1. Breaking ball, a good one.
And that's one of the things that Don Cooper told Santiago was, look, you got a pretty good curveball. And if you establish a fastball early enough and throw strikes, they're not going to be able to sit on the curveball.
He gone. Nice, quick 1-2-3 inning for Hector. 7th inning stretch. We lead it by 4.
shortstop Juan Diaz, who checks in. He was just called up to the big leagues. Takes over for Asdrubal Cabrera.
It's the bottom of the 7th. A 6-2 Sox lead. And here's first pitch to Adam Dunn, who is 1 for 3. So Maniaca giving Cabrera a little rest here. And for those of you who did not see the first inning, Diaz was aboard. Number 15 for the Big 'Un. 2-1 to count. That one at 87. I got a piece of Santana. Boy, Asensio really has some movement.
Well, the one pitch he threw that didn't move was that ball that Diaz had lined into right field. Because the ball wasn't up, it was down almost on the ground. Alejandro picked it off the ground for 2 big runs batted in.
Hey, Alejandro is getting to be one of the better clutch hitters on this ball club.
On base 3 or 4 times tonight.
Scored 1, knocked in 2. So that is out number 1. Well, White Sox used to have a guy who had this much movement, if not even maybe a little bit more than Asensio, and he came right over the top. Right over the top with that kind of movement. Bruce Howard. In fact, the White Sox had Denny McLain and Bruce Howard. And they were going to make a trade, and they were going to keep one. So they decided to keep Bruce and traded Denny to the Tigers.
That was a good deal.
Well, it turned out, well, I want to tell you, I faced them both. And I'd have made the same move. The only thing was that Bruce hurt his elbow. Paulie is 1 for 3. Takes ball 2. 2-0 the count.
Asensio tried to get 2 curveballs over the plate, both of which hung inside.
Yeah, but Bruce Howard had one of the best sinkers you ever want to see, right over the top. It was a freakish thing.
I was going to say, it's hard to make the ball do that from that angle.
Well, there's a 2-hopper down to Lopez. That's probably what killed his elbow. Well, Mel Stottlemyre, former 20-game winner for the Yankees.
He had a great single.
Right over the top. He and Bruce Howard were the only 2 guys that I've ever seen came right over the top of that kind of movement. Here is Alex, 0 for 3 tonight. He's due. That's off the glove.
Now we'll see what Bob Rosenberg decides.
Base hit. Ball was hit hard enough.
It was E5.
I'm going to put it down as a base hit.
Okay.
And it'll bring up AJ. When you got to reach that far, that's a base hit. I know you pitchers don't agree.
No. When you got a 1.5 range, no.
Pitchers, all the fans have these
Everything's
pitchers
in
are
air.
all the same.
If it
They're
goes
all
in,
the
if it
same.
goes into left field with nobody touching it, it's probably going to be in air.
Anytime the ball's hit, it's got to be caught.
Yes.
And anytime a catcher catches, the ball's got to be a strike.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, if the ball gets by him, the guy was out of position.
AJ's 1 for 2 and scored a couple of runs. There's Rosie.
Long time.
The one in front.
Score.
Pretty good lead. Whoa, he got a cookie there. Couldn't do anything with it.
BMO Harris Bank pitch tracks. He got one right down the middle. Asensio took just enough off of it, so AJ couldn't square it up.
The 0-2. And that's all the way back. So the wild pitch. Now pick him up, AJ. Now the Tigers have just scored 2, still hitting in the top of the 7th, now leading 9-5 over the Twinkies at Target Field.
That was the third wild pitch in 24 innings for Asensio, and when they named the wild pitch, that's what they had in mind.
And that's in the center field. Get down. It will, and gets by him. So Rios will score. AJ on his way to third. He will get there with his second triple safe. Now the ball gets by. Now he's going to go back.
Asensio rifled that at Lopez. And AJ with a 3-base hit. His second run driven in. And fortunately was not facing that throw from Asensio. So Cunningham makes the diving attempt and can't smother it. And AJ thinking 3 bases from the get-go. It's a 7-2 game.
Don't stop now, boys. Pick him up, Tank.
AJ thinking that ball's going to get by, and then Asensio rifles the throw in.
That ball hit hard. Stretch. Stretch. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes, a bomb for the Tank. Mercy.
Another 2-out, 3-run rally. Our 4th home run replay. And the Sox have got the long ball down. They had 5 last night. That's a 3rd tonight. And that was a no-doubter to right center field. Wow.
There's a strike in the count 0-2. Alexei 1 for 3, but it was one of the bigger hits tonight. That 2-out RBI single last inning as the ball gets away. Santana now guns down, and a nice shift right there by Kochman. Meanwhile, another 3 spot goes up on the board. We'll go to the 8th, leading 9-2.
That's Brent Lillibridge, who checks in the game at first base. Santiago still on, but 6 runs over the last 2 innings have made things a whole lot more comfortable.
There's the strike. 1-1 to Kipnis, who was 1 for 2. Hard single, stolen base, deep drive to center, caught, and then a walk. 1-2 the count. Tigers now leading 10-5, still hitting top of the 7th. And that's sharply hitting the hole.
Diaz, what's your first name?
Time now for our Illinois Lottery Anything's Possible replay, and with Quintana in his spot, he gets a pop-up from Asdrubal Cabrera with runners at second and third and 1 out, and then gets Santana to ground out to third base, throw off the mark, but Paulie puts a tag on, and young Jose Quintana gets out of the inning. Some great pitching, and it's going to propel him to victory.
He takes off.
That one very much stolen on Santiago, was paying no attention to Kipnis.
So Diaz. Juan Diaz. Hitting in Cabrera's spot. Takes a strike to even the count at 1. And the count 1-2. So this is his first major league at bat.
Cardo throwing in the bullpen.
Two and 2 the count.
Hey, tell Johnny.
Jeremy Accardo, the right-hander in the pen.
Diaz, 23 years old, at Bani in the Dominican. No walks. And the count goes full. Diaz really signed by Seattle.
Cleveland and Seattle have done a lot of business over the years.
He's a big shortstop. He's 6'4", 200 pounds. I believe it's the same fan that he fanned earlier.
Again?
Again. He's got his head in his hands. He gone. Gas.
And the first major league at bat will be a cold strike 3. That one with a good piece of the plate.
There's Santana. He's 0 for 3. Close pitch, didn't get it. 1-0. Checks it up, takes the strike. Some of you wondering at home about Kipnis running with a 9-2 score here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, the culture of the game has changed. Nothing will be too much thought about that, as there's a change-up, the screwball, and the count 1-2. Now, in years past, if he had done that, next time he comes to the plate,
yeah, they would let him know that they didn't appreciate it.
Well, they'd have drilled it.
Yeah,
they wouldn't even thrown at it. They'd have drilled it. But that's not the way the game is played now. Little number. Watch out.
Grab it. That ball had a lot of spin on it, and once it goes into foul territory, you've got to go get it.
Good job by Santana there, because he could have absolutely run right over him.
See the ball spinning, and right here is when you got to grab it. He waited a little bit, but stayed foul. Well, a lot of managers take the philosophy these days that if you'll promise me you'll stop scoring, we'll stop running.
Exactly. I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, you know, and hey, as long as you know what the rules are, and those are the rules. That ball, one hopper, right to Alexei, right over the top, below the bridge, 2 down. And if you're not going to hold somebody on to give yourself an advantage of more range, then take off and run.
And also, really, it prevents a double play, and who knows what's going to happen. I mean, there's some big offenses that can put lots of numbers on the board late. So, you know, 15-2, different story.
Lopez. Jose is fouled out to Alexei, grounded to third, and gone out to left. So all 3 have been on the left side. Another one, and the count 0-2. Got the long peg. Big arm by Orlando. Nice job by Hector. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th, leading by 7.
Miller Lite, and it's our Miller Moments, plural, because it's the long ball featured once again tonight. Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski, and then Diane Viciedo, all with home runs tonight. Our Miller Moments. And Jeremy Accardo comes into the game on for the 4th time. The ERA 6 3/4. Grand total of 2 2/3 innings. So he gets an inning of work and a blowout.
Orlando Hudson. Steve and I were just talking in between innings here. A guy who's always been a second baseman. The other night just made his first career start ever at third base. He's got a big arm.
I mean, he's made some plays from deep at third. He's made some plays running in off balance. And he gets the ball there in plenty of time each and every time.
He's 0 for 1 tonight. He's walked twice. In fact, he's been impressive at the plate as well. And the count 2-1. And once again, a reminder, that's a 3:10 start tomorrow. Jake Peavy against Derek Lowe. So make your plans to be with us. And on Sunday, Gavin Floyd against Ubaldo Jimenez. Yeah, if you can't make it to the ballpark tomorrow, that game will be over WGN. And then on Sunday, in the finale of the series and this homestand, it'll be right back here on Comcast Sportsnet. After the Sunday's game, it's off to St. Pete for 3 games with the Rays before returning back. Just another 3-day road trip. We had a 2-day road trip last time. And a full count right here.
But this is a nice stretch of games at home. Trying to take advantage of the first half before leaving for 3, and then another nice stretch of games at home.
9 of them. That's foul back. We'll have Seattle on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. 5th, 6th, and 7th against Toronto. 8th, 9th, and 10th against Houston. Once again, the payoff. And there's another walk. 3 walks for Orlando.
We'll get used to seeing those Houston Astros because next year they'll be in the American League and they'll be coming in once a year. And we'll be going down there when we play the Texas Rangers on the All Humidity Tour.
All huge mosquito tour. Remember when infielders used to throw their gloves out after the inning was over, out in the field? They'd come back out and pick them up. That's really going back a long time.
That was going back a while. That one got another piece of Santana, and for whatever reason against us, and he's not that big a guy, he's taken a tremendous beating behind the plate.
He and Alex Avila
wow.
have both of them just get beat up against us.
Well, that one was off the left shoulder, and you wear that little pad there, that doesn't do much for you.
Checks it up. Piazza, 2 for 3. 2 RBIs and a run scored. Ball gets away, so Orlando will cruise into second.
First wild pitch of this year for Accardo.
Minnesota has scored 1, still hitting in the bottom of the 7th, trailing now 10-6. Diaz throws him up. 1 gone. And you can follow our White Sox with the MLB.com @Bat12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @Bat to 31826 or visit WhiteSox.com for details. Here's Gordon. And we understand, as Drupal Cabrera left the game with tightness in his hamstring, left hamstring. get through. It will. Thank you very much.
And I got to believe that Orlando Hudson had something to do with that, because he went back, got right in line with the ground ball, let it go, I believe, right between his legs, and I'm not sure that Diaz saw that ball at all.
I think you're right, 100% right.
Been around a long time, smart base runner. Watch it again as Diaz goes up the middle, and Orlando just lets it kind of go between his legs. Can't get to it. Base hit.
So here's the big one. Takes ball one. 1 for 4. That 2-run homer back in the first inning, his 15th of the season. He now has 35 RBIs. High towering blast. Not as George Hoffman would say, a high towering line drive.
Nope, wasn't one of those.
No, it wasn't, George.
Saw George the other day. Long time sportsman around town.
Yep. Good guy. Sometimes. 3-0. Lillibridge on deck. And that will load him up.
Well, Adams' home run in the first inning really changed things. I mean, the Indians came in on a high. They had just swept Detroit in Cleveland. They had a 3.5 game lead. They came in here. They scored in the first inning. Could have been more, but Quintana did a great job of getting out of that first and third nobody out situation. And then the big man came up and quickly made it 2-1, and things just changed in the game.
Well, to me, there's no question that was the biggest hit of the game. No question about it. Coming off that sweep of the Tigers. Lillibridge goes through it. Been hitting it 190. No homers. 1 RBI. Sacks packed, 1 out. And the count evens at 1.
Wide range of speed on the bases for the Sox.
Third to first. Good,
yeah,
good, and
well,
Adam.
Good, and a home run hitter.
And the big one. Well, he's happy, as you can see back there. Well, he is happy. And the Cubs lost 1-0. Hanley is sad.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Ryan Dempster is about ready to do something drastic. He's got an ERA just over 2, and he has not won a game all year. And almost each and every game, he's been magnificent. Tonight, no exception. They lose 1-0.
As that is out number 2. Well, Ryan Dempster, one of my favorite guys.
He is a great competitor, a terrific pitcher, and I got to believe that before too long, when trade talks start to really heat up, they will send him to a contending team who's going to be ecstatic to get him.
You better believe it.
Because right now, there are very few guys in baseball throwing better than he is.
So here is Alex. Come on, big guy. Pick him up. They say he's 0 for 4, but he should be 1 for 4. That should have been a base hit. Fouls that one over into the Indian dugout. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for our guys. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for their guys.
That one got Santana again. Take a look at one catcher taking a tremendous beating. dead in the mats. He's a ball magnet. And he's having a hard time shaking off this one. And I think that's going to be it. They're going to take him out of the game. I think Lou Marson is going to put on the gear.
He's taking a beating tonight. There's no question about it. This is just, I mean, if you've never been hit like that in the mask behind the plate, it just jars your whole head.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that more catchers don't either one get whiplash or two get more concussions from the sheer force of the blow that they take, because they get hit a lot in the mats.
And as I said, it's around the periphery of the face. And it's your whole thing. Is Sandy? There's a guy that got beat up a lot because he's so huge. Carlton Fisk and Sandy Alomar and A.J. Pierzynski. When you get guys that big, they take a severe beating behind that plate. They just occupy more space. You're talking about Sandy and A.J. and Fisk.
You know, they're 6'4", 6'5" catchers. These are big guys.
And they're wide.
There's Lou Marson. He'll come out. With the bases loaded, he's going to go through a set of signs. So he talks to Ricardo.
I'll tell you, it's the thing they've got to be concerned about right now. Is Asdrubal Cabrera is a gamer, and if he left because of a tight left hamstring, this could be a tough game for them.
Well, Hafner is out of the lineup because he fouled the ball off his shin. Don't know when he'll return. With a tight hamstring, you never know what's going to happen with that, and that's one of the key members of their ball club. And now you got Santana, another key member who both plays first, catches, and occasionally will DH. And he just left the game with, and they're going to evaluate him with who knows.
Well, with Cabrera, one misstep can pull it. And now he's out for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's something that they certainly cannot afford. He came in hitting 300.
Well, he's the best player on that team. I mean, he's one of the best in this league, which makes him one of the best in all of baseball. So there they are, Hudson, Beckham, and the big one. Checks it up. Goes to first. And that'll retire the side. We're into the ninth, leading 9-2. Out this series and homestand with some fireworks. Coverage begins at 12:30 with White Sox pregame live. White Sox Indians Sunday afternoon at 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
And to try to wrap it up, Zach Stewart comes in the game. 6 for Quintana, who was terrific. Santiago went 2, gave up 1 hit and nothing else. And now Zach Stewart comes on in a 9-2 ball game, which after 3 outs will find the Sox 2.5 games out of first.
So here's Shelley. Duncan takes first pitch strike. Shelley tonight has walked, struck out, and popped up to first.
Like that, David?
That's low.
Maybe when he wins 2 rings like you.
Two and 1 to count. And make it a 9-3 game.
Two-1 fastball. That's why Duncan's still in the major leagues. His 4th. His 11th driven in. Ford home run replay. Low fastball and gone.
Well, as long as he is as good a fastball hitter as he is, he's going to have a job in the big leagues. It's just that simple. And there's a base hit by Damon. So here's Kochman. He's 0 for 3. A base hit by Damon made him 1 for 4.
They did not have a hit out of 4 through 9 in the batting order until this inning.
Well, Quintana, 23-year-old southpaw, making just his 2nd major league appearance. His 1st major league start was awesome. Got in some trouble in the 1st inning. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Only gave up the 1 run. Wound up giving up. There's a 2-hopper. Crack him up. Nice job by Beckham getting it to Alexei in a hurry. 2 down. I tell you, there's not a better second baseman in the league than Gordon Beckham.
Well, Gordon Beckham was getting in position as he was going after the ball. You see him here. He starts to turn his body so that he takes a minimum of time getting it over to Alexei, and then his big arm gets a double play. If he's not already twirling, ready to get the throw off, you're not going to get 2 here.
Well, again, we've talked about it so often. You mentioned it earlier. He just has tremendous baseball acumen. It's just that simple. He knows what to do. As here's Cunningham. 21,371 again, a lively crowd. They've been into it since the 1st inning.
And they're on their feet, knowing that this was a very big game, even though it is only May. And that's it.
This ball game is over. So the Sox Take the rubber match from Minnesota yesterday, and then, as Steve was alluding to, this is, I don't care what anybody says, a big game because of the momentum factor. And our fans are just, Steve, they're starting to really like this ball club.
Well, you can understand it. First of all, it's exciting. They hit the ball out of the ballpark tonight. They brought a youngster up in an emergency start. Quintana does a great job. The bullpen likewise, and we've won 6-10 from the Tribe.
And let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is the 23-year-old southpaw from Barranquilla, Colombia, Jose Quintana, picking up his first Major League victory. So for my partner Steve Stone, our director Jim Angio, our producer Mike Leary, our associate producer Dave Ross, our technical manager Mark Harper, also the executive producer Jim Corno Jr., for the mayor Mean Joe Grube, and up here in the booth Tom Hooper, Frank Amato, and in the truck with sound Frank Leone. This is the Hawk. So long, everybody. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, now part of the NBC Sports Group. Yes.